start the video today, I'd like to take a little time to tell a story about my first guitar and how I got it. And it's right here. Way back, a long time ago, I wanted to start learning how to play guitar, and there was some guys in my neighborhood who played, and they said that if I came up with some money that they would drive me to the music store to get a guitar. And so my friend Roger was working at a place called Melton's Food Mart, and he said he could get me a job. And I went there and interviewed and told the owner that I was a good worker and that I would work hard for him and all that jazz. Well, after 2 weeks and about 250 or 300 bucks or something like that, I instantly quit and got my friends to take me to the store where we bought this Stratocaster that I refer to as Melton. It's of an unknown origin, but is a nasty guitar. Basically, I mean, you can't really tell, but like, there's not even any chrome left on these jacks. This bridge is horrible looking, but you know, it's a cool guitar and sounds okay, I guess. And of course, the serial number's been lovingly removed from the headstock. That said, it's a cool guitar, and it's my first guitar. Still have it. Here it is, Melton, unknown Stratocaster, right here on the Bobbradley vlog. Boing. What is up? So, today I'm going to get into gear trading. It's a risky situation, to be perfectly honest. You can, if you have a good relationship with your local music store, that helps. If you're trading on the gear page, you can do pretty well if you can keep your wits about you. That said, you can get caught in what I call a gear feedback loop, which is where you're basically moving gear around for the sake of moving gear around, and it might not work out to your advantage depending on what those pieces are. You have to be very careful in what you do. I will try to demonstrate how convoluted and ridiculous the gear feedback loop can be if you get involved. My math may be completely wrong. And the reason is because it's so insane, and there's so many moves made that it's very easy to come out on the losing end. So if you can make good decisions, you'll be okay. but most of the time, you're going to lose a lot of money, or some money, or the potential to make some money. So I'll get into that now. We start out in the 90s. Bob buys an original Klon, $300. He holds this pedal for many years until one day he decides to trade it. Okay? At that point, he receives a trade value of $1,800. $1,500 profit margin at this point. But he buys a Sir T-style antique for $2,500 essentially. So he had to add $700 to the pot to achieve the guitar, which means that you can subtract $700 from his $1,800 of $1,500 of profit, equaling $1,100. At that point, Bob gets tired of that Sir Telly and sells it on the gear page for a total of $2,100. Okay? At a loss of, guess what? $400, which cuts the profit down to $700. At that point, I'm starting to get scared because I'm pissing the money away. So I decide to go in on a vintage piece with the $2,100 that I have. So I add $200 to it and buy a 56 Tweed Deluxe for $2,300. Okay? So at this point, now I've spent $200 more. So the profit was down to $700, which I have to now subtract $200 from, which leaves me at a $500 profit margin from the original $1,500, which I then spend that $500 on a Strymon Big Sky for, guess what? I might have even got some other things that day, but the reality of it is zero profit. And guess what I don't have anymore? That you guessed it, a Klon, or guess what else? $1,500. What I do have is a Big Sky and a 56 Tweed Deluxe. Hence to the trade feedback loop. It's important for me to say that at some point during that, I got my wits and I knew that if I invested it in a vintage piece of gear that I had been wanting, Tweed Deluxe, that hopefully that item will grow in value. Meaning that at some point I could recoup the money's lost. So that is how I started to try to rectify this situation, is by investing that money into a vintage piece that in theory will grow in value. There's no guarantee of that. That said, I don't feel so bad not having the Klon because I have the Tweed Deluxe. Like I said, it's a convoluted situation and something that you should surely be aware of. Trading gear is a sticky situation, and it's easier said than done. The reality of it is, if you can choose the pieces that you really want and you don't want to trade the first time, that's the best way to do it. And the way that you do that is through research and trying before you buy, which is not always, feasible. But buyer beware. Yeah. I am ready. don't think we're gonna get lucky enough to be first take, but we'll go with it.
That's good.
Well, let's hear it. There's still a little bit of meandering in there. You know what I'm saying?
It was pretty.
Yeah, it was okay though. But no, there's a couple kind of things.
Well, I think I've heard one or two of them. I think I know what you're talking about. That kind of gives you character. He did hit the note, right?
I know that. Let me just try to play a second take on it. No, hold on.
Right time. There's 8 notes. Triplets.
Let me try it one more time. Let's do it. Try something. I like Valdez. Univide? Okay, I'm gonna go with both pickups on. The first note. So, to keep it completely honest with you guys, yesterday, as I tried to cut the solo for before and after, I failed. And, well, what we decided to do was record the first part of the solo with a clean guitar tone. And I'm going to write an interlude, like a musical, orchestrated kind of interlude for the second part. And I'm going to record it later this week. So, this video will be of me writing that interlude. Wish me luck.